My name is Cristina Stasia. I teach in the Department of Women's and Gender Studies, and I've been teaching at the University of Alberta for 5 years. I use experiential learning in all of my classes, but the one that's gotten a lot of attention from the media is my Introduction to Women's and Gender Studies course, WGS 201. And that's a course that introduces students to the foundational concepts of gender studies and gender theory and feminist history. What I do differently in WGS 201 is that I use social media. And I use social media both in my own teaching practice to communicate with students and to shape course material. And I also give them an opportunity to use social media to translate the theory I'm teaching them into practice. And then at the same time, of course, my students are always using social media, right? As all of us who teach know very well. And I thought if they're using this, then let's not fight it. Let's use it. Right? Let's make it a part of the classroom experience, and let me provide them with skills about how to use social media and how to navigate it. So now I assign a social media intervention, and in that social media intervention, they have to take the theory that we're learning in class and communicate it in an accessible, engaging way to the general public via a social media platform of their choice. They all use Twitter as part of that, but they also use YouTube, Instagram, Tumblr, Reddit, Tinder, Grindr, Amazon.com reviews, Wikipedia. They can use different sort of platforms to communicate their message. It becomes very challenging to take something that you study in depth in class in a space where you're guided through the discussion and you have access to resources and a prof you can ask questions of, and take those complicated ideas and communicate them in a way that is interesting to people who aren't in that classroom and who also don't have the context of that classroom. It got them to think about all the concepts we talk about in our courses, but apply it, and they may change. And that inspired them to go make more change, right? Because once you do it once, it gets to be a little addictive. It's about that self-actualization and realizing that you have the power to make change, you have the skills to make change. The change you want to make is important. And when they have that first taste of success, right, it encourages them to keep going. I mean, we all know that knowledge is power, right? But knowing how to communicate that knowledge is just as great a power. And I really want my students to leave my classroom not only with a comprehensive understanding of gender theory and feminist history and intersectional analysis, but I want them to be prepared for the real world and the jobs they'll encounter and the activism they might do and the lives they're going to live. And those lives are increasingly socially mediated, right? And so I want to ensure that when they leave, they are equally good at writing a solid 25-page research paper or 140-character tweet, because the reality is that in this job market, both are equally valuable skills. And I want them to feel not only that they can do it, but to be excited to do it and to lead the way.